and a year in review. What historic items might be worth preserving from 2015? We asked the editors of the World Almanac. PIX at 6 starts right now.
Live from Studio 2A in PIX Plaza, this is the PIX 11 News at 6 with Tamsin Fidel and John Muller.
All right, still to come tonight, a look at items that defined a year. What would you put in a time capsule for 2015?
Well, as we count down to 2016, one thing is for sure, 2015, a pretty monumental year. Joining me to talk about some of the items that have come to symbolize this year's biggest stories, Sarah Janssen, senior editor of the World Almanac. As I was flipping through it here, Sarah, this takes all year to do, I guess, right?
It really does. It really takes all year.
A lot of information, news, sports, pop culture, but we wanted to talk a little bit about what you would actually put in a time capsule to kind of symbolize 2015. And you said we start off with a box of Cuban cigars.
A box of Cuban cigars. So that represents not just the reopening of the U.S. Embassy in Cuba in 2015, but also the trade embargo that's still in place there.
All right. Pope Francis's cap.
Yes, so Pope Francis had a whirlwind travel year.
Yes, I remember well.
In January, he was in the Philippines, and his cap blew off, and we decided to include it in our time capsule.
How do you decide what you're going to include? Is it what gets the most media attention, what gets the most social media traction?
It's those two qualifications for sure. It's also what stories that we think people are going to remember the year for, and what we think will have a big impact on upcoming years, too.
Let's move over to the sports world. Underinflated football. I mean, I guess you can guess that one easily, right?
Yes, big story in 2015. The NFL was in the headlines all summer long because of this one.
This was interesting, and I guess this speaks to the social media aspect of it. I remember the dress.
Remember the dress, yes. Put the hashtag in front of the dress, and you get a dress that no one could decide what colors were combined in it. Was it pink and gold, or blue and black, or... You know, there's actually no verdict conclusive there.
This gets traction, and people now compare it like, is it like the dress? If they see something that they can't quite define. Same-sex marriage license. Same-sex marriage license.
As we know, the Supreme Court decision this year had a big impact on same-sex marriage being legalized throughout the country. But in Rowan County, there was still a little bit of controversy in Kentucky on that this year.
Yeah, no question about that. And then finally, I don't think there's any debate on this one, a movie trailer for Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I mean, after all those years, there's no question about this one.
We're only 10 days away, and actually the trailer in its first 24 hours of release had over 100 million views, 112 million to be exact.
Wonder how many it'll be by the time they open a time capsule, right? You gotta wonder.
Absolutely.
All right, Sarah Janssen, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it always. Lots of facts there in the World Almanac. Book of Facts at 2016. You can pick up your copy in stores now and, of course, online.